Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Speedray Man. Oh wait, I'm Peter Parker. Shit. I put up the wrong game. Fuck.
You telling me that Peter Parker is Spider-Man?
Impossible.
So I was trying to think of how best to say this, but I think I've developed the superpower to kill people. I'm not quite sure what to do with this.
What? Wait. What?
Okay, so, like, I was talking to someone. It was about like a particular presenter on like BBC Radio. So I could say the name, but nobody here will get that. Will get the reference. Will know who he is. I was saying, isn't he dead yet? And then literally the next day he died.
Yeah, that's a wise man right there.
Jesus Christ.
So I would need to work out. Luckily, I can't take credit for Kobe Bryant.
God.
That's what I thought you were going to talk about.
No, I didn't. No, I never mentioned Kobe. I barely knew about him, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like an American basketball star. I don't know why that wouldn't really be a thing that would click overseas.
Exactly, but it was just weird that it's literally like the day after I asked, "Oh, is he dead yet?" And then he was dead, and it's like, oh, with great power comes great responsibility.
Who are you gonna ask next?
I don't know. I need to be careful. I don't want to go full late.
I mean, you don't really fully understand the limits of this power yet either, or what the consequences are.
Exactly.
You might have to know names. I mean, there might be like it might like lower your lifespan. It might just give you a tumor. I don't know.
Or maybe with every life I take, my own power increases.
That's also a possibility.
I'll see. We'll see.
It only works if you kill your alternates.
We'll see if let's see. I'll see if like I kill anyone else in the coming week, and then I'll like gauge how strong I am, and then we'll see. So yeah, that was a bit sort of weird to wake up the next day, but like, oh, Nicholas Parson died. I mean, he was like 90, so it's not really a surprise, but more of a happy accident, you know. Well,
Weird.
Happy. Probably not happy for people who, whatever.
Kind of weird, honestly. Kind of fucked up and morbid.
Oh well. I'm pretty sure that's like my middle names at this point.
I mean, I would say even more so you.
Is that the Devil's
Yeah.
It's called GR27, not
Oh,
It's called
Right.
GR27.
in the wrong hands. This could
GR27.
Yes, it's not. Stop calling it the name that everyone knows it by.
Stop calling it Devil's Breath. I mean, to be fair, Devil's Breath is a super like.
Yeah,
Not
you know, I don't
great name
understand
for
why
it.
why with the handcuffs he has both handcuffs on the thing. Okay, now he has it on his wrist. Okay, you figured it out.
So it's double secure.
Before he only had it on the suitcase, and I was like, why did you handcuff the suitcase to that suitcase? That's just stupid.
Suitcases don't have hands.
Exactly. See, he gets it.
Oh,
You know, isn't it a little stupid to, like, do this robbery with a rocket launcher when, like, if you break the Devil's Breath, you kind of fuck up your plan?
yeah, but they want it to be broken.
Yeah,
They want that
but,
to
I
be
mean, it
big.
won't be as infectious if it's just here.
Oh no, tell that to the coronavirus.
Oh, God. We're getting
Oh.
real now.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Say what you like about the coronavirus because China will deny it.
Oof. Remember, kids, don't import from China.
I mean, not now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, well, what can you say? China is in the midst of a plague, and problem is you're never 100% sure how bad it is.
Yeah, you don't know until afterwards. But it is a year divisible by 20s, so you know, it was bound to happen.
Yes.
Every 20s has a plague.
Unfortunately, we're now in the awkward position of it's not any major video game or movie. I mean, Birds of Prey comes out in a few days, or it is out now, or Birds of Prey is something, and who gives a flying fuck about Birds of Prey the movie? Am I right?
Honestly, I don't really know dick about it.
Exactly. I saw like the costumes they had, the designs, and I was like, man, fuck that noise. Peace out. And then I spoke to Sam. I was like, I'm all for it because it might give us some interesting redesigns on these classic costumes. And I'm like, have you looked at any of these like quote unquote interesting redesigns on classic costumes that we've had And you tell me that that's interesting, is it? Hey, let's take Green Arrow, right? But let's give him a green hoodie and grease paint on his eyes. That's an interesting redesign, isn't it?
Wait, are we talking about Arrow or are we talking about Birds of Prey?
I was just talking about like updated, quote unquote realistic costumes in general for these things. It's like I get it.
Smallville did the green hoodie.
I mean, it did.
Not the face paint though.
I did it for Black Canary.
The face paint looks stupid.
And the face paint's even dumber than the fucking domino mask.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't get it. They did it because I don't know. It looks more realistic, and it's like it's a fucking funny book movie. Like it's like Batman, right? You can try and dress up as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it's always going to
It's
be
a guy dressed up as a bat.
Yeah. My parents are dead, so I'm gonna dress up like a bat and beat up people.
Ah!
It's like you can't escape that it's an inherently ridiculous concept. You can treat it as seriously as you like, and I'm fine with it being serious, with it being treated with a degree of seriousness. But like, goddamn, you're never gonna escape the fact that it is what it is.
It's a funny book movie.
And any attempts otherwise is like, silly. So I don't know. I'm not saying everything. It should all be like 1960s Batman TV series ridiculous, but it's called suspension of disbelief, people.
Right.
That shark doesn't explode.
Maybe if it was King Shark.
Of all the days to try and get rid of a bomb.
And it's kind of sad though that the Taskmaster we see in this is like guaranteed to be 10 times better than the Taskmaster we'll get in the Black Widow movie.
I mean, yeah. It's also a Black Widow movie.
Yeah, this is true. Like, too little, too late. I feel.
I mean, who the fuck would you even? I was thinking about this. There's not really anyone as like a good opponent for Black Widow because she's not really an interesting character.
I mean, there's people who are there's low-grade tiered supervillains who can match up like Madam Hydra and shit like that. But like,
yes,
it just begs the question of like, who really gives a shit about Black Widow movie? Because not being funny, we've all seen Endgame at this point. We already know how everything's gonna happen with her. Like, there's not really any big sort of.
We know she's gonna fucking die.
There's no sort of big prequel mystery for us to like go. Oh, I wonder how this happened because pretty much they explained everything. So, oh yeah, she was trained to be a super spy, then she defected to become a super duper spy, and then she defected from them. It's like, it's not like it's not like Shakespeare or anything.
You know what Spider-Man should have done there when he went for the briefcase and then got put in the Shadow Realm instead of sitting there? He should have done a Dale Gribble.
Should have whipped out his dual disc.
He should have used pocket sand.
I've been watching.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I do know.
He should have thrown an onion at him.
You never came. Where were you?
I mean, I do know what the problem is. The problem is that Marvel has like no female superheroes who aren't like directly tied to teams, and therefore
Well, that's they mostly just have teams. They don't really have a lot of individual heroes. When you really think about it.
Yeah. Which has led them into this current problem of like, oh shit, we can't do X-Men, we can't do Fantastic Four, and those contain the most prominent like female superheroes outside of Captain Marvel, who even her prominence is
Dubious.
Yeah, her prominence is for her like importance.
She has the same issue honestly as Iron Man, where like Iron Man had like 2 storylines of his own.
One where he was drunk, almost and maybe killed a guy.
Yeah, and so they just started giving him other character storylines, and they're kind of out of storylines that just give to other characters.
I mean, the weird thing is they never actually did Demon in a Bottle. I mean, I say really.
They like sort of do in the second movie for like 2 seconds.
I mean, they have him be drunk, but it's nowhere near the level of.
I assume they didn't want to make Robert Downey Jr. relapse, especially since becoming Iron Man is.
You don't have to give him actual alcohol.
I know, but I just getting into like that kind of mindset might be. They might be like, this might not be a good idea.
In order to improve my acting, I'll just take a sip. Okay, now I'll take another sip. Okay, now I'll take 12 more sips. Uh-oh. I think I have a problem.
Basically.
I mean,
That's what I said, you just not have him drink. Like actually drink. That's usually what they do in movies when they have them drink. They just don't actually give them liquor.
Be surprised. Apparently, a lot of old movies, especially
Old movies, yeah.
were done by like functional alcoholics who were like completely wasted.
Oh yeah, back in the day, yeah. I'm talking about now though.
Yeah, now it's just done by people on cocaine.
Exactly. Come on. Get with the times, man. Get with the times.
In Apocalypse Now, he really was drunk.
Well, Apocalypse Now also killed a cow, so.
Yes.
The cow had it coming.
What, did he not pay his taxes?
Probably.
I like how now there's a return meme of don't make Yoshi didn't pay his taxes. Don't make those jokes. And I'm just like, fuck you, I'm gonna make those jokes. Now I want to do it more. You tell me not to, and now I just want to do it more. Fool.
I feel like Yoshi would be exempt from tax laws.
No, he committed tax fraud.
Oh. Well, okay then. I'm not one to argue, I guess. No, yeah, actually I am.
Yeah, you are one to argue. Don't you fucking lie. I'll argue with you on that.
I'll argue with everyone about everything.
It's true.
I mean, you don't want to be the guy who has to, like, take that hard stance, take the stance against other people, but, you know, sometimes other people just need a good arguing. Like Sam, even if I agree with him, I'm not going to agree with him.
Aha, I broke your mask.
Sam.
It's wrong opinion, Sam.
It'll come to me. I do know I am pissing him off at the moment because I'm basically non-stop implying that he and another friend are the same person, because for some reason, even though they allegedly live together, I've never actually heard them both at the same time, so... All I do is just say, yeah, get your other personality on the line, please.
It is I, Mr. Hyde!
And it's actually, like, really frustrating him, so, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Man, you know, I gotta say, just because of that scene right there, I really love the fucking detail of Spider-Man's suit. Of, like, the whole eye thing. I just really like it. It's probably, like, one of my favorite features of any superhero costume design.
I like that a number of other costumes maintain the similar levels of... maintain that feature.
Yeah.
Some don't, but, you know, some also don't have the eyes or the lenses.
I mean, some of them, like, especially in, like, the early live-action movies, they just couldn't do it back then.
I mean, because it's just a CG effect on the Tom Holland stuff.
Right.
Very.
But like back then, it was a lot harder to do than now.
You're a popular guy.
Also, back then, they were movies made by a crazy person.
Yeah, to be fair, they were crazy good movies. Instead of movies made by a boring man who probably thinks vanilla ice cream is spicy.
2 of them were good movies.
So-called superhero.
Wait, which ones?
Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Oh, you're talking about crazy person? I thought you were calling the guy who made Spider-Man 1 2 crazy, because I'd be like, that's fine, they're good movies.
Yeah, Sam Raimi is fucking crazy.
Yeah, exactly, I'm saying they're good movies. I was making fun of,
Listen to any of... Like,
No, I know he's crazy. I'm talking about, I was making fun of Tom Holland, saying that he thinks vanilla ice cream is spicy. The Tom Holland movies are made by a guy who thinks vanilla ice cream is spicy.
I mean... Man... Oh, Spider-Man 3 is such a slog to rewatch.
It is.
It's
It
like,
really
man, it's
is.
everything I don't want in a movie.
Oh, if you want everything you don't want in a movie, watch the Spider-Man MCU movie.
I mean,
Yuri,
like, Sandman's cool and interesting, and there's some neat set pieces with him, but, like, man, I fucking hate New Goblin. I fucking hate their version of Venom. It's a real shame when, like, I look at the Venom movie and I'm like, yeah, that was better, wasn't it?
It was.
good cop, Yuri. I'm on my way.
I mean, not that I'm saying that's a particularly good movie either, but compared to the alternative, I don't know.
I mean, you also in general, I mean, it wasn't that great of a movie, but you in general wouldn't like it as much as it was a Lethal Protector movie. And I know you're more of a fan of the just pure antagonist, which is fair.
I mean, I'm still okay with Lethal Protector. I just
Prefer.
like, if in a direct confrontation with Spider-Man, then it's like,
You want him to switch right back.
yeah, I want him to be like, hey, Spider-Woss, come out to play. That's my preferred Venom.
Ooh, we know Submariner, the mighty Thor.
And fucking Namor. I hate him so much. I like how people I like how I know someone who was like, man, Submariner's so cool, I hope he gets a movie. And I'm like, no, none of that. Shut your whore mouth.
Just think, Train. If they do a Submariner movie, they have the rights to Fantastic Four. We can see him fucking being, please spare Coochie Sue. Spare Coochie Sue Storm. Spare Coochie.
So Fantastic Four, I hate all surface dwellers, but I totally want to get in on that Blondie. So, let me tap that. And then they're like, no. Well, fuck all you surface people.
You don't want me to fuck her? I wanted some spare Coochie. What do you mean she's married? I wanted spare Coochie.
And then you also find out he's a goddamn mutie.
His mutant power is the dumbest. It's one of the dumbest, probably up there with Domino.
I mean, at least Domino's funny. There's nothing funny about Namor.
Domino's not funny. Domino's only funny in the fact that someone made this and thought it was cool.
I mean,
And a lot of writers think it's cool, think she's cool, and I'm like, she's lame.
I like, but only in like the sort of when it's more of the jokey context, like the Deadpool 2 version.
That's fair. Deadpool 2 version I can take. But I'm talking about what she's actually, when she's like written by, you know, people who want to make her cool and the original creator and stuff, where she usually just uses guns and haha, I give you bad luck. My power is the VAT system from Fallout now.
Or you know, any of the RNG elements of XCOM.
What are you up to now?
It's just funnier with VATs because she's just running around shooting people. I know they shoot in XCOM, but it's just funnier because of the visual.
Yeah, but I've played more of and I enjoy XCOM more than I enjoy Fallout 3, which
Fair.
yes, I know it's in New Vegas, but I always think of Fallout 3 whenever VATS is mentioned.
Hinglis.
New Vegas is good, and Fallout 3 is.
New Vegas is good.
3 is okay.
Even though it
okay.
has Chandler Bing in
Probably
it.
call Peter and let him know what I'm doing.
And he's
Oh
terrible.
boy. Oh boy, it's time for my favorite. More MJ.
I'll just check things out quick.
Is this where we fight Tombs? Is this where she meets Tombs?
We already did that.
No.
This is the one in Oscorp. It's the one it's the one where they could have made you play Spider-Man instead, but they decided to do this instead.
Oh, the apartment one.
It's the one where you call in his strikes, basically.
Oh, Grand Central. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing that just makes me think of the
You know what's gonna be funny? I'm gonna repeatedly fuck up this bomb, like, over and over again when I have to disarm it. I know I'm gonna do it. And it's going to be...
fuck it up, or...
No, not intentionally, just accidentally fuck it up. Especially if I'm talking, because I will be distracted.
You remain calm and do as I say.
And I was trying, and when I was doing it, I was trying to get through it quick before, and I fucked it up a couple times.
I mean,
it'd be funnier to fuck it up if like MJ fucking like you see MJ eat shit, because that would have been funny. But
no, here's how it should go: is that when you fail it, the bomb detonates, and he just like intercut the nuclear explosion sequence from Terminator 2. Just like hard cut to the Sarah Connor turned to a skeleton. That's my headcanon for how that fail state occurs.
It's tempting to edit that in, but I'll forget about it by the time I get ready to render this fucker
Also,
out.
even if you didn't forget it, you're too lazy to edit that in.
See, now you're just trying to challenge me, aren't you?
Maybe.
You're trying to do reverse psychology.
Is it working?
I don't know. We'll find out if I put it in the video or not. If I fail or not. I have to fail first. But first I gotta get through a shitty stealth section.
I want you at Grand Central Terminal.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
By yourself.
Ugh.
There'll be more blood.
You know, this MJ is the first time I see a redhead, and I'm just not happy about it.
God.
Actually, that's a lie. I felt that way about Asuka from Eva, and that way about what's her face from fucking Code Geass.
Carlin.
Yeah, that one.
Alright, I forgot that's. I keep forgetting that show's technically back. Well,
Yeah, it's coming back.
Just hurry.
It's finally back from the depths of hell.
I'll explain later. Listen, Lee's going to release the devil's.
And
You gotta get out of there.
He's not going to do it until
Was it on
the
here
last
where we
one
talked
gets
about
here.
the phenomena that was how to make any make any character like popular in the gaming public eyes is just turn them into a sad dad?
Sort of makes sense in a twisted
Oh yeah, I think we
psychology.
did. I think we did talk about the sad dad.
Because I was just thinking about like Kratos went from literally a joke character to oh my god, Kratos is so
Looks like he's got
deep,
some drones
guys.
patrolling. Guess he's prepared
It's
for
like
you.
he's just a sad dad.
in the ventilation system. Can you see a safe exit
He's
point?
even sadder than he's even sadder and dadder than the first time he was a sad dad. Man, I remember how God of War, like the first one, opened on Kratos trying to kill himself.
Yeah.
Northwest corner.
Good times.
On my way.
Good times.
Fucking. See, I don't want to be honest. This is something I was thinking about the other day because I never felt like the combat in God of War was all that great. At least the original one. Never played the 2016 one. I kind of had this realization, at least in my opinion, that Japanese games tend to do better at melee combat, while Western games tend to do better at like range shooty combat.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm ready.
Probably. I imagine that's probably because like of a different what's the one phrase I'm looking for? It's like a different methodology to like the styles, I guess. Because like shooting's more or less been refined, like the idea, like shooting mechanics have more or less been like refined and are basically just sort of copy pasted in Western games.
They're not gonna take me without.
So like ever since we came up with ever since like we came up with mouse and keyboard or twin stick the style shooters, everyone it's sort of been it. Like
Listen, I'm a
I don't know, it
reporter.
feels
I have a
incredibly
direct
unlikely
line
that
to
you'll
Mayor
have a game
Osborn.
that's not
I
like
can help
that
make
have
sure
like
he
a shooting
arrives
game that's not
on
like
time.
incredible like
First,
cookie cutter. Well, maybe not
I'm
cookie
going.
cutter is the wrong word to say, but like aping off of enough other like popular matter.
Right. And not to
Only
say
been-
like not to say like Western games in general are just are bad at melee combat because like this game's melee combat's good. It's just I'm just talking about like an overall sort of thing.
No, yeah, I get you.
Like we could probably like honestly we'd probably sit here and think of exceptions for each one of them. Like let's see, I'm trying to think of like a Japanese exception for shooting combat. I guess maybe Gungrave.
Vanquish.
Yeah, Vanquish has had pretty good shooting combat.
And I guess there's the other thing is that Japanese games don't tend to actually do shooters all that often.
Yeah, the shooters aren't very popular over there. There's been a couple attempts, but
But
They're
I
not,
can't
like,
Because
think of
guns
any-
are bad over there.
Yeah, that is also the other thing. They have very strict gun control laws.
but
Whereas America is like guns.
you
Let's
get a
get
gun
guns.
and you get a gun.
Guns are so good. We need guns in schools. Oh shit! There are guns in schools.
We need more guns in schools now to protect the kids from bears.
Well, you know what they say, kids. If they have a gun, the only way to beat them is to have a bigger gun.
I don't know why that got me, but it did.
if we
I mean, that's how it worked in the
Fuck.
1800s.
So could
Basically.
you. I can't let that happen.
No. I got
I
myself
have you have a
getting
gun.
myself
I need a bigger gun in order to defeat your gun.
No, I got myself into this. I need to get myself out. You literally can just have Spider-Man get you out, and it would actually be easier for him right now.
quietly.
I mean, but then what would he be? But then how would he do whatever a spider does?
Very easily without MJ.
That did it.
The real question is, what the fuck's Daredevil doing at this point? Because you can find like Foggy and Nelson.
You know, that's a
Nelson
good
and
point.
No, you can find like Nelson and Murdoch's law offices in Hell's Kitchen.
But that is a good point. If he's here, it actually is makes me wonder what the fuck is he doing right now.
So is Doctor Strange. Actually, you can find his Sanctum Sanctorum. So
It's Doctor Strange. He only comes
no.
out when he feels
yeah,
like
this
it.
is true. I was literally talking to a friend
I'm gonna try and
yesterday
separate
about
them.
the difference between Doctor Fate and Doctor Strange. Okay, imagine Doctor Strange, but if he wasn't an idiot and was married and also was much more powerful, but also somehow did less.
Yeah.
That's
That-
Doctor Fate. I could do anything, but I just don't want to. That's basically Fate.
Do it.
It's true.
At least Doctor Strange is, hindered by the fact that nobody gives two flying fucks about him.
MJ, did you know Lee would be here?
Not exactly.
Yeah, there's like so many other superheroes that Spider-Man could potentially drop. Spider-Man could drop in on to get some help with all this nonsense, but no.
Partners trust each other.
The Avengers
Maybe they're
are.
all away.
Trust you?
Yeah, when I'm
I mean, they make an offhand comment to say, "Oh yeah, the Avengers aren't here."
Can we please get back to saving
course.
the
That's-
city?
that's
here?
like-
That could solve it.
Although not everything.
Take him out.
I don't think they're particularly good at solving poverty.
Take
It's
him
true. They're not. Especially not Tony Stark.
Yeah, he is like he is the 1%.
He really is. Ugh.
Hey, Mr. Stark, we're gonna do this scheme to help the poor.
Fuck
Hey,
the poor.
Mr. Stark, I want to tell you about this thing called feast. That would be redistribution of wealth, Peter. We don't do that in this country.
Fuck the
maybe we
poor.
should get the people of Flint, Michigan some clean water.
Fuck the
No.
poor.
No. God.
What are you, a commie?
Peter, when did you
He
become a
is-
commie?
I mean, he is all in red.
Here, we talked about this. Better dead than red.
And then Crimson Dynamite's just in the.
Take him out.
In the what?
Crimson Dynamite's there, just like, I'm right here, Tony. You think we're friends in this continuity?
No. Not anymore.
Actually, I guess
Nothing.
Red Hulk as well. Red Hulk would probably take more offense.
It's true.
But then, like, you know.
Red Hulk takes offense by anything, though.
Gotta get past.
No, Red Hulk takes offense to someone trying to bang his daughter, and then he'll murder them, and then get the U.S. government to sanction that homicide, and then become Secretary of State. Because
I mean-
fuck you, man. Being a general who shoots up a school and then destroys Harlem, and then you still get to be Secretary of State. That's bullshit.
You
Fucking
know, Lex
Thunderbolt.
Luthor gets to become president, all this.
No.
Man,
Never
I kind of
stopped
did think, wouldn't it be amazing if we had a Superman story that basically did the Hulk
I see
parallel,
4
but with
wires.
General Lane
2
instead?
blue ones, 1 yellow, and 1 red.
Not because I think it'd be a great story, I just think it'd be funny.
Color-coded according to function.
What if he just has an irrational hate on for Superman just because?
Yeah,
Okay.
just because.
Looks like the blue is connected to the battery,
I'd,
and
Yeah.
yellow to a fan.
it amuses
Red one
me.
has a little exclamation mark.
Okay.
I'm quite easily amused.
Attach the wires from the
Side.
battery first.
It's like playing Dragon Ball Kakarot. You get to the stage and it's like, alright, Goku and Piccolo need to get their licenses. And then Goku does get his license in this continuity. By virtue of the fact that they promised to never see him again.
Disconnect the battery wires.
And also pay for the damages.
Pull the first wire.
So, you
Now
know,
the second one.
they're even more poor.
It's fine.
The timer just changed to 30 seconds.
It's a collapsing.
Man,
What comes next? The fan? Okay.
Hey, I didn't fuck it up!
hey, you did it.
Well, I got really quiet, to be fair.
You
So I
disarmed the
guess,
bomb.
so now I don't have to, even as a joke, edit it in.
Spidey help. You ready?
Wow.
Ha!
I mean, you could still edit it in,
I'll
though.
clear a path.
I guess, I could just put it, like, right here.
Will do.
No,
But,
you need to wait until one of us drops, like, a massive truth bomb.
Oh, okay. Well,
There is
we're gonna
no
be here in a
God.
minute. I mean, I guess it depends on your point of view, I guess, maybe.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil, Dan.
There we go.
Gotta be careful or the hostages will get hurt.
There we
I mean,
go.
that's one way to do it.
So actually, that just reminded me something that I actually wanted to bring up because I was thinking about this the other day. So you know how Star Wars, especially with the last movie, did not do very good. Like it did really bad.
I mean, Last Jedi made money. Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, that's what I mean. Rise of Skywalker did not.
Rise of
do good.
Skywalker bombed.
I can't say how hard it's bombed, but it's definitely underperforming.
Oh,
So
that's surprising.
what I was thinking about
It's
with that
really
is,
not.
I kind of have a question. So I was thinking about this the other day because you know I've been like building Gundam kits again, and I'm kind of wondering, considering how many kind of just not very good Gundam series there have been, what it is that made Gundam last and still be an exceedingly profitable franchise.
What
that-
made Gundam last?
Yeah, what made Gundam last that
I believe it's Gundam models are what made Gundam last.
It's a combination of two factors. It's A, Gundam models, and B, the fact that it is more or less like more or less like every like what you might hate one series, but the next series will be radically different, kind of deal, or it would have been. So yeah.
Actually,
all the
and to be
UC
fair,
stuff-
the Amuro Char trilogy, so to speak, were all well received, and then everything else was its own thing. That's a good point.
So it's like,
And they didn't like go back and I mean, even Origins didn't really futz with things, and that was like the one that could really fuck with it. It's just more of that thing where it's like, if you're getting getting into the series, I wouldn't recommend Origin first.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, you might not like the UC stuff, but you might like G Gundam, you might like Wing or After War Gundam X or C.
The way you said C, just I don't know why. I can't explain why, but it's just really fucking
Everyone
funny.
liked Seed. It was one of the most well received.
It was at the time it came out. Not
And then-
anymore.
Okay, so
Time was not kind to that.
Hey, Save, I have 2 words for you. C Destiny.
I mean, that's true.
But that's what I'm saying is basically with Gundam, it's like you have the combination of it just being like heavy merch, but they've also got like all the other sort of tie-in stuff and alternate continuities that like there's always a thing that's something for everyone, and there's not a whole lot of like recurring characters they can ruin because, as far as we know, Armor and Char have been dead since Char's counterattack in like 92 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
88.
Yeah, that was it. So, it's not the case of like 30 years later, here's a person who is even. And also the fact that they're like, the way they handle new types is complete bullshit from the start anyway, so nobody cares about even more bullshit new type powers coming in.
Okay, MJ, time to go.
Yeah, because they didn't really explain it. It was kind of It was kind of like dubious from the start.
Yeah.
They didn't explain it. Like they explained it later with retcons. Like, oh, Double Zeta has a special system in it that amplifies new type energy. It's like, yeah, they don't actually say that in the show itself. Camille just randomly generates a force field and then supercharges his saber with the power of his autistic rage.
Good job.
It has a psycho frame.
Yeah.
That was often the thing they would do, say, it's got a psycho frame.
Whatever new type bullshit wasn't good enough to justify it, it was a psycho frame.
But they didn't actually come up with psycho frame as a concept until Char's counterattack.
Yeah, and then they were like, no, but it was always just.
And then they were like, oh yeah, but it's been in everything. That's why they were able to do such magic. Yeah, I can't imagine what people just watching it on TV in like the middle of the '80s, where it's like all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to send out an evil psychic projection at you.
I mean,
Probably didn't care as much back then, to be honest.
Probably watching it just like, man, all those characters I like just died horribly. I better write and complain to Tomino.
And Tonio's like,
Oh no, why'd you kill everybody? Well, I didn't want to do a sequel.
that's what I always do! Don't you know who I am?
That's really what it is. It's like Tomino. Why do you kill so many characters? Is it a commentary on the horrors of war? And he's like, no, I just don't like doing sequels, and I figure if I kill everyone, then they won't make me do a sequel.
But then they did.
Several
Did
times.
yes. Well, it's because most of the main good guys made it out of Gundam, so in Zeta he killed everyone. Then he's let to do a sequel.
So yeah, that's why Gundam manages to live on while Star Wars is floundering. Also, like, there's significantly less money going into Gundam than there is in Star Wars, so even the
True.
losses aren't as nearly dramatic as they are with Star Wars.
So like Gundam Age isn't as big of a deal for them versus Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah, because then it's like, oh, if Gundam Age fails, well, hey, here's some UC model kits, and hey,
Gundam Age fails, and I'm like, yeah, wow, well, that was a terrible idea, but it's not like you ruined us.
And yeah,
Yeah.
UC model kits are like the biggest seller.
and then just in case the glass will like break, and in case of an emergency, we'll like break the glass and release an OVA for another UC side story.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's basically how it goes. Star Wars can't do that because they hard retconned everything that was not like the core movies. So,
Right, because they literally retcon. Yeah, because Disney, as soon as they bought it, slammed a retcon onto everything.
Yeah. But hey, I'm like cautiously optimistic that the Mobile Suit Gundam movie could actually be good because it's like, well, regular MGS or MSG is just kind of dumb anyway, so
Yeah.
just have some big robots fighting and then throw in some like half-assed war. War is bad, and then that's basically it. That's basically.
But you gotta remember to have the main villains and father go. Have you ever heard of this guy named Hitler?
All you gotta do is just make sure Shah still dresses like Napoleon.
Yes, he still needs to dress
And
like that.
Also, has never betrayed anyone in his life.
Keep my distance now.
Fucking Shah.
I love I love like the video compilations of him not betraying people.
I always love my favorite not betrayal was on Cassilia,
His guard's down.
where it just
Remember when he
shoots her head off with a rocket.
And the funny thing is,
Yeah,
she was
change
cool
my-
with.
Change my mind.
And the funny thing is, she was cool with it.
She was like, "God damn it, Shah." You know, in hindsight, I probably should have seen this coming.
He's getting tired.
Even like you could see it in her eyes, where she's like, you know, I knew it, and yet I'm still surprised.
You know,
I didn't think you'd headshot me with a rocket, though.
in retrospect, he killed my entire family after claiming to work for them, so should have seen this coming. I'm not mad, Shah. I'm just disappointed.
Exactly.
Wait for an opening.
Except
But-
Minerva, he didn't kill her.
Yeah,
because
Minerva gets to live.
I guess even Shar is like, he's like, I guess I can't really justify killing a baby for something that happened years before they were born.
No, Shah could. I just think something else stopped him.
He
was
might have
like-
forgot.
No, he was like, a few years. I can fuck this one.
Let me help you, Mark.
That's how I choose to think of it, because it's like, I don't know.
And then
Shah
I can
was
create,
really-
and then I can create Haman 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I mean, Shah's entire plan was basically to destroy
I mean,
her.
to be fair, he never actually went for Haman, apparently. But
No, she was just infatuated with him, and then he was like,
Was his plan to destroy Earth, or was his plan just to make Amuro fight him?
it can be two things.
yeah,
You know,
sure.
because he can't seem to make up his mind. Because you know, when Amuro beats him, he's like, but my plan still worked. And then when
Well, that's what happens
and
when
then
you're crazy, man.
And then when he starts like stopping the meter, he's like, oh man, I just wanted to beat you. I just wanted Lala to be a mother to me.
Look, it's simple. His plan is whatever he thinks he can get away with at the time. So it's like he sat there. It's like, my plan.
He's a psychopath or a sociopath.
Yeah, he is nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
He thinks the girl younger than him could have been his mother figure.
Yeah. Remember, he almost had an actual wife and child, and then that got fucked up. So that was a whole thing.
Because space ghost, because the ghost bitch fucking harassed him.
No, that's not what happened. I was talking about the Haman manga. You know what I'm talking about, right? The
I
one
thought
that
you
was.
were talking about what's her face.
No, I'm talking about the first one. The one where what was it? Haman was fucking pissed off because her friend got with Shar and then didn't stop her from getting shot to death.
They still doing construction on 42nd.
That's Shah for you.
Yeah, well, that's Haman for you.
Shah has never betrayed anyone.
By the way, I do like that what they just did there, where they did the reference to Spider-Man 2, where he tries to stop the subway like he did in Spider-Man 2. I do like that little.
Yes.
That's a nice little nod.
It was easier the first time.
Wait, so it's like I swear that worked before.
Next
I love Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of find it funny that throughout this I've talked a lot more about DC characters than Superman, but
We talked more about Spider-Man when we were playing Transformers.
It's kind of the way. I feel like
It really
this-
is.
We like play a game and then we're like, oh, we talked.
We
a lot
talked the most
this.
about the thing that we were actually playing when we did Gundam Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah. Well, actually, also.
Oh, in Dragon Ball, we talked a good bit about Dragon Ball when
and
we were- when I was
Injustice
playing. And Injustice, we had a field day,
and the brain damage.
and the brain damage. Well, that's just playing Injustice.
I mean,
But that zone defense, though.
And me not realizing you can use items for the entire playthrough.
fucking pit swing.
It's really funny because I'm like, wow, I probably would have died like maybe not at all if I fucking realized that.
I actually forgot to mention the weirdest
hey,
thing
it's me.
about
Let me know when you want to talk.
Blitzwing. His original Japanese VA might possibly be my runaway grandfather.
Actually, right here.
Wait, what?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I
What?
forgot to mention that.
Jesus.
Okay.
Like they have the same name, and
No, not that kind of over.
both lived in the general same area.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I mean,
Actually, yeah. Here's the scene I'm talking about. It's like after they do the thing, and she's like, "We should talk." Okay, we should talk after this. Okay, and then he's like, "Okay, it's over. I'm not ready to talk right now." That's what made me go, "Yeah." And like, there's that part where she goes, "Maybe it should be over." That it's like, yeah, she's just that makes me go, "Yeah." MJ's just keeping this poor idiot on the hook.
Yeah, I mean, abusive relationships and everything, but I'm just kind of now intrigued that Sabo might be the
No,
Sabo might be the grandson of
I
Blitzwing.
just want to I just want to finish this though, because it really does feel like the MJ relationship is an abusive one, and I fucking hate it. Why the fuck are people celebrating this character, this version of the character? She's a toxic person to be in a relationship with.
Not, I mean, she's the second most toxic person to a relationship I've seen this year.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna say what the first one is. I'll explain later.
okay.
Funnier to leave it in mystery.
When you say explain later, do you mean out of recording or in
Out of
recording?
recording. Out of
Oh,
recording.
okay. Okay.
It's funnier to explain.
All right. So Sabo apparently is the grandson of Blitzwing.
Oh,
maybe
Possible.
I don't know. I could never prove it. I just had a weird suspicion that never really. I don't know. It's just they have the same name, and he went off into the same area, and apparently like he had a family. I don't know. It's just a weird
And
thing I might have thought of once.
You
I
know,
don't know. I'll never know now, so it doesn't matter because they're dead.
it's true.
Blitzwing never dies. His zone defense is too strong. Group Reaper can't get through that labyrinth.
You know, what's funny though is I still feel like in this. I mean, I know I said it before. I still feel like in this that fucking Yuri and Peter have a better fucking dynamic than MJ and Peter. And I shouldn't.
Oh, I
be
thought
saying
you
that
meant
about...
Yuri Lowenthal for a second. I was like, wait, what?
I mean, it is funny when you consider the fact that, because I think we even joked about it before, is that Yuri's voice actress and Peter's voice actress are married.
Yeah. It is weird. It is a weird coincidence because then he's like, "Hey, Yuri." It's like, no, that's
Wait a
Yuri.
minute, that's my name.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute, no, but it's my name right now with the character, but it's my name. You know, there's probably literally like a fucking line read joke like that.
I hope so. Maybe if
There's
they're
probably an
not
outtake that we'll never hear. It's probably something like that.
I mean, there is the story that goes around that apparently like it's real annoying to like record with Nolan North. Not for any other reason than all he does is just fucking crack jokes.
Okay. Looks like I need to find the location in this picture.
So like, it just takes.
I mean, a lot of them do that.
Yeah.
It's like recording with Maurice Lamar. She's probably going to do the Orson Welles bit at some point.
Yes.
Recording with
Frozen
Hugo
peas.
Weaving, he'll just probably hang up and just go away. Say like a few years later, man, I really hated doing that.
He didn't even say he hated it. He was just like, yeah, it was alright, I guess. But like, Bay was mad because he's like, wasn't this a major role that like mattered to you? And he's like, not really. I just kind of did a few lines into a Skype recording.
No, it was shitty.
Got my paycheck and walked away.
That was the shittiest version of Megatron you've ever seen.
If I can find the location in this picture,
It's probably worse.
I'm struggling to think of any. I've seen a lot of Megatrons.
Aunt May's recipe for wheat cake.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't think of one. I'm even trying to just do it to be pedantic, and I can't think of something.
I mean, the best Megatron is obvious.
Chin!
No, it's Beast Force Megatron.
Chin! Yeah, I mean, you're right. But Chin!
That's Sentinel Prime, you dingus.
Chin.
Sentinel Prime's the one with the chin.
Chin.
And voiced by Townsend Coleman.
Chin.
Because that's the joke, he's the Tick. But if the Tick
Yes.
was an asshole and also a truck.
Chin.
Isn't he
Man,
also one of the Ninja Turtles?
Townsend Coleman?
Yeah.
He might have been. I'm gonna look it up.
Fucking. One of these days, I need to actually like sit down and rewatch The Tick.
Pretty good. Dab dwee dab 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 dwee dow.
Roof Pig! His arch nemesis.
I mean, it's probably like one of my favorite superhero it's like probably actually my favorite like just superhero parody
Looks like
show.
the spot over there.
It's really good. I do like both it and Freakazoid, but for different reasons.
These students are acting like
Well,
the ones
similar
before me.
reasons, but different. It's weird.
He must have corrupted them.
Oh yeah, he was 87 Michelangelo, or I think he was Michelangelo in the 80s. Damn.
Whoa, totally gnarly.
Damn it. I'm now just gonna look through see if there's anyone else on here who I recognize who's worth mentioning. There's a lot of random people in the background of things. He was on The Batman as campus guard.
I love the Batman.
The Batman, as opposed to
I know it's what it's from. I'm just being an ass. I don't
No,
really
not
enjoy that Batman.
What
I don't enjoy that version of
Everything
Batman.
was fine, and then
I don't really like that
so
one.
much anger.
It was okay for what it was, I guess. I didn't watch it enough.
Though I'd stay off the internet.
It does sort of. I mean, it does have the problem, the downside of being like one of the core reasons why we weren't allowed to have other Batman stuff in things. But on the other hand, I don't really like Batman stuff in other things, so it doesn't bother me.
Maybe I should put in some Peter Parker time at the
Like,
lab.
everyone was like, I mean, I just remember everyone being mad. It's like, oh, Batgirl can't be in Justice League. It's like, good. It means we get a Booster Gold episode.
It's true. And Supergirl actually finally got fucking screen time because she only had like 2 episodes in the original series.
I mean, she had two dedicated episodes, but she was a recurring background character for a lot of it.
She was doing
No,
this
oh wait, no,
first
she
time I
had
caught her.
like
Didn't
4,
she
I
catch
think,
me?
because
She was
she
in a couple.
Can't just be
she had
some
2
elaborate
dedicated, but she had like
She heard
4
of
that she
dating
was
apps?
in total.
She's up to something.
Something like that.
She wasn't really in a whole lot of them, which is kind of a shame. And then just like she got a lot.
She had her origin, which was a 2-part, and then she was in the finale, which was a 2-part.
And she was
And
in
then
the
she had
episode,
2 of her,
And then she
and she had her
a
own
couple-
2 episodes.
Priceless art.
Because she
Yeah,
had
she had
the episode in the farm,
Felicia.
and then she had the episode with Batgirl.
and the episode. Well, that was a Batman episode, but she also had the episode where Smallville got taken over by a tentacle monster.
That's what I was talking about, the alien one, the one on the farm, and the Batgirl. That's like that. Well, if we're gonna count Batman, then she had 1 dedicated episode and appeared in 3 dedicated episodes and appeared in the 2-parter, but was out of commission for most of the 2-parter.
Yeah, it was a damn sight better than a lot of other characters kept.
It's still a major character though
Yeah, but she was dead at the time,
in the comics. Yeah.
so they didn't
Yeah,
want,
that's back when the comics didn't want to push her because there can only be one Superman.
thanks,
It ruins
Crisis.
the whole last Son of Krypton if there was 2 of them.
And there was definitely a lot more than 2.
At one point in time, there was a fuckload of them.
More Kryptonians than you could shake a stick at. But yeah,
More Kryptonians than well, actually no. There's never been more Kryptonians than Spider People actually.
and I think I've said before that like the single best part for me of the greatest story never told, which is the Booster God episode, is the fact that it ends with Batman going, "Man, Booster, fuck you for not doing your job." Because it's like if he'd have somehow like throughout all that bullshit known that Booster saved the world, I'd have been so mad that he was the person who gets to congratulate Booster, but no, he treats Booster like shit. But Booster gets the girl and doesn't die a sad, lonely old man like Bruce does.
It's true.
Just in time.
Suck it, Bruce.
I detect some hostility.
Suck it,
there.
Bruce. Not only did you fail there, but even your protege was able to beat your greatest enemy. Something you could never actually do.
I mean, I like Booster Girl. What can I say? He's a jackass.
I just say like it's funny that Terry also was able to actually defeat the Joker, something technically Batman never did. He never completely defeated him.
I mean, no.
He got into his head better than Bruce,
I
which
mean,
is
Tim
fucking
Drake.
great.
Tim Drake defeated him.
Oh, you're talking about because he shot him. Yeah, so Tim Drake. Tim Drake was the first one to give him his. Yeah, Tim Drake killed him, and then Terry finished him off.
But we haven't even tested
As weird as that sounds, but it's what happened.
It works beautifully.
Oh yeah, because like I mean, yeah, he came back, but only as like a microchip. So when Terry broke the microchip, that was the end of the Joker.
Probably shouldn't have pointed it out and be like, hey, everything that makes me me is contained in this microchip. Here,
Little
look at
error,
it.
though.
Now I'm going to drop my joy buzzer that electrocutes things. And electricity, as you know, because this is the future and we know these things, is bad for technology. Is bad for technology, like the microchip. Basically, how that conversation went.
Kinda.
It's like the TFS thing. Don't press the start button.
The start button. Do
Don't-
not press the start button.
See if that worked.
By the way, we're in the lab, and oh no, Dr. Octavius now has several arms. I hope this doesn't lead to anything.
It's okay. It's only if they get electrocuted and start talking to him.
The chip. I mean, it feels a bit odd that you'd make arms so smart they could just talk. They could just, talk
Like,
to
why?
you.
Yeah. Why did your mechanical arms need their own AI system?
But why do they need to be smarter than you? I do at least appreciate that those arms all have like unique looks to them. So you can have Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde.
I don't know why, but that just made me fucking laugh.
Because Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde is like a funny naming convention. I almost want to have 4 kids just so I can name them that, regardless of gender. The fourth one will always be Clyde.
Poor Clyde.
Clyde.
Hey, history has many great Clydes.
Poor Clyde.
Clyde would also be named after one of my favorite X-Files characters, Clyde Bruckman. Well, I only remember his name because the episode is literally called Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose, and it's about this guy who's psychic. He has psychic powers, but only to like tell when people will die. And there's this great scene where they're like driving, where Mulder and Scully are driving, and Mulder's like, "So how do I die?" And then Clyde doesn't answer. He just sort of looks away and goes, "Autoerotic asphyxiation is a real embarrassing way to go."
Wait, who?
The X-Files guy speaking to Mulder specific. Well, he says that to Mulder, but he's actually talking about himself because he. Well, it's not erotic, but he kills himself by asphyxiation at the end because he hates living in a world where he knows how everyone dies. But it's still just a funny scene where, like, so how do I die? I can't think of a more undignified death than autoerotic asphyxiation.
Well, fuck.
And sometimes X-Files was amazing. And then the last few seasons happened and I died inside. How does it feel living long enough to see everything you love turn to shit?
Apparently, Birds of Prey is a good movie according to the critics.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
but they've thought
Critics
of a
said
number.
Suicide Squad was a great character piece.
It's true.
And
I'm just
also,
saying, I mean, critics have been pretty brutal to superhero movies lately, so, I mean...
Lately?
you
Wow.
sure about that?
What?
Oh.
Feels like the reverse, actually. They've been incredibly kind to
I
superhero
mean,
movies.
yeah, DC movies are even doing fine with reviews lately.
I feel like the worst review.
What was the last DC movie to come out that wasn't Shazam?
Aquaman.
Well,
yeah,
Aquaman
they
came
liked
out before
Aquaman.
It's just, yeah, Aquaman and Shazam were both highly
Doctor,
reviewed.
I found a potential problem.
They were
Everything
okay.
has problems, people McCarthy.
I still need to see Shazam. I really need to see it.
You
Shazam
should.
is-
Pretty
Shazam
good.
is good.
It's
Yeah,
as good
they're
as
not
you were ever
trying
going to
too
get
hard
out of a
because-
Shazam movie.
Because they don't care.
And it has John Glover call a child a whiny little shit.
It could be affecting other parts
Good.
of your brain.
That's
Your
right.
inhibitions
Clamp
removed.
himself.
I just think we need some more testing.
The clamps?
No, you've never seen Gremlins 2.
I don't feel
I just wanted to say the clamps.
Oh.
I feel
And
I haven't seen Gremlins 2 though in a long time.
Oh,
Which
you
is the line, do not clamp.
this could permanently
I saw it years and years ago. I really need to watch both Gremlins movies again.
I mean, you can't watch the first one. You can just watch the second one because it's infinitely better. It's like the entire second. It's kind of funny. Have you ever heard the story about Gremlins 2?
Wasn't it like he didn't want to make a sequel?
Yes. So Joe
Okay.
Dante did the first one, and the first one was decent. It was a pretty good success. It had like Steven Spielberg attached producer, so they got to plaster that all over the promotional stuff. Came out, made some money, all well and good. They tried desperately to get a sequel off the ground, but it just wasn't working, no matter how hard they tried. So they basically begged Joe Dante, like, "You come back, you just do Gremlins 2. You can do whatever you want. We don't care." And he was like, "Whatever I want, you say." So then he just made this off-the-wall comedy that's basically like spends most of its time making fun of Gremlins 1. It's like,
Hey, so had the midnight thing. How does that work? What if like you're flying over?
yeah, but it's always after midnight. And then there's just a whole bunch of like weird people in it. Where you're like, I know who that is, like Christopher Lee and Robert Picardo and
I remember that one took
John
place.
Glover.
I remember that one took place. A lot of it took place in the mall.
No, it all takes place in Clamp Tower, which is a
Oh,
futuristic.
it's Clam Tower. Okay.
Yeah.
I might have just thought it was a mall when I was a kid.
So, fun fact: Clamp was going to be a villain, a like human villain in the movie, but John Glover was just so likable. They were like, "Nah, he can be a good guy." So the Trump parallel doesn't work.
Because he's just like, I'm like Trump, but if Trump wasn't a raging douchebag.
Just kind of naive, yeah. And
I wish we had that version.
but yeah, so it's kind of funny to see John Glover like just sort of scream at a child and call him a whiny little shit. Doubly funny when you remember he was like Lionel Luthor on Smallville to bring it all back. That's how I choose to imagine the interactions with Lex went.
Look, if you didn't want to work
You
So-
whiny little shit!
So, when this bit of dialogue's over, we're gonna stop. We are probably next time going to be dealing with nothing. Martin Lee is defeated. Dr. Octavius is totally, even after he smashed that fucking thing, turned the arms back on, he's totally not going to do anything, and nothing's going to happen. This is actually just post-game.
I mean,
Totally post-game.
your main villain's beaten.
Exactly. There's no other villains.
The Winrar is you.
I'm proud of you too.
Oh god, Winrar.
We did it.
Finally over. Join us next time for Bad Rats. No,
Please no.
I already did Bad Rats before.
I was gonna say, actually, why am I gonna play? Because even if you do Bad Rats, I'm not gonna watch it.
It's true.
No,
And I already did it.
The
Why would
only,
I do it again?
the only context for rats who are bad that I have is Rat Trap.
True.
Rat Trap's not a bad rat. He's a good rat.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Speed Man, and we will see you next time for more Speed Man. Have a good day.